Is this thing on? Hello everybody. I didn't drop off the face of the earth. I am still alive. Woo! So apparently I don't have sacroiliitis. Doctors in Canada kind of jumped the gun and took a couple things that they saw in my x-rays and gave me a diagnosis right off the bat without actually putting much thought or effort into it. I reached out to Tony Montgomery to try and get down to go see Chris Duffin to see if there was anything that I was doing or could be doing that would help with recovering or help with recovery. I didn't know who else to reach out to. If Chris Duffin couldn't provide some insight into what was going on, I really didn't know who else would. They set me up with a chiropractor in Portland named Phillip Snell. Some of you might know him. He has a website called fixyourownback.com. He is a lower back specialist, and they wanted me to go visit him first to kind of get him to assess me and see what he had to say. I spent about an hour doing tests with Dr. Snell, to which he said the probability of me having any inflammation in my SI joints are fairly low. Out of the tests, there was only about 2 out of the 5 that I tested positive for having any kind of SI issues, which was not enough for him to make a definitive diagnosis stating that it was the SI joints causing the issue. There was nothing in the x-rays that or my blood work that showed that there was any kind of inflammation going on at all, just that I had narrow SI joints, and that was pretty much it. Through all the tests, he made the new diagnosis that this is not an inflammatory condition. This is not the sacroiliitis that I had been diagnosed with. This is actually a nerve issue. Essentially, now having a diagnosis that states that it's a nerve condition brings a little more insight into why maybe what I was doing was not helping, if not actually being detrimental to my recovery. I'm about the equivalent of a 300-pound man with a back pump, so my lower back pumps up and it puts a lot of strain on the nerves, knotting them up, and really getting them aggravated by having a pump or muscle tension in there. When you get a foam roller and you start rolling on these nerves and kneading them, I'm doing the opposite. I'm aggravating the shit out of nerves that are already aggravated, and I'm just making it worse. So I was being proactive with all the wrong tools. So Dr. Snell kind of provided me insight into things like nerve flossing and grabbing my back fat and dancing. So basically just taking skin and pulling it away physically and relieving that tension and loosening things up from the nerves. And honestly, it's been a few weeks since I've been kind of implementing these things. It's been awesome. I couldn't thank him enough for providing me insight and actually taking the time to sit with me. Getting an MRI is going to be the next step with getting a full understanding of what's going on in the recovery, or a more personalized recovery for what's going on. But for now, I have far more insight than I've ever had into my lower back. So now with this information, I was able to go to Kabuki Strength and meet Chris Duffin. Beat up by Chris, which was pretty fun. The ultimate goal and the biggest thing for me on this trip with meeting with Chris Duffin was to learn to brace properly. What I learned is I've been bracing properly. My ability to brace is there. It's good, it's strong. What I lack is an ability to breathe while bracing. And granted, there's videos that Chris has done. Breathing is not bracing. But if you're bracing and then you're breathing, which for me, when I breathe, I was breathing into my chest, which is bringing my shoulders up, and it's completely taking all tension and slack out of that bar, moving position, and ultimately shrugging everything up. And so what he worked with me is bringing things down, bringing things into my thoracic spine, and really keeping things tight there.
Push my fingers out. There. Good. Relax. Again here. Good. You see how you're not like trying to do this now? Good. So push out again. There. Now this. Pull back. Now this. Oh, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. There it is. There you go.
And it's getting all of that to work together.
Yes. So one at a time. So one, get your posture first. So never start here. So we have always got to, all right, good posture. We inflate. Now we crank the bar over our back. Good. Okay. If you do this too soon, like a lot of people want to create tension here, which is that, like if you've got the arms really tight, you're automatically going to have tension there. If you have tension there, you're never going to, this is going to be out of position and you won't be able to raise properly. So you got to do it in the right sequence. Okay? So, posture, inflate, then relax.
That's it.
God willing, you'll pull some. Good. All right, make sure your posture's good. Wait. Nope, stop. Remember, relax. Okay. Work out here and here. Good. Crank this down. Good. Good. All right, go down into the hole. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. Good. All right, bracket. Nice. What's there out through the straw? Bring a little back in. Good. Much left. Good. Now locked in. Nice.
It's not easy. It's takes a lot of work, a lot of reminding yourself, but if you want to get better, you just got to put the time in, and I'm ready to do it. It's an amazing experience being a part of such a strong community where people are so willing to open themselves up to inviting people in and taking the time out of their day to work with someone. I'm not a veteran lifter. I'm still a newbie. I'm still a beginner who's had a lot of bumps in the road, and the hospitality that I got from both Tony and Chris, it really makes me feel good to be a part of such a community, and the strength community is just, it's really awesome to see it grow like that and grow in a positive way. There's a lot of really, really good things for me coming up with my powerlifting career. I picked up a new sponsor, so Hangry Health Bar in Surrey is sponsoring me, providing me with freaking awesome meals, which is totally taking so much stress out of my life. They customize their meals, so for somebody like me that has a lot of intolerances, this has been a lifesaver. I don't know what I would do without this. So yeah, keep it sleazy, and I'm gonna go shove my face full of delicious food. I'm starving.
Right,